with a slightly different video and also the last video of 2021 2022 Power Rankings video. We have the off-season moves. So there will also be a draft Power Rankings for those of you who are curious, but that is going to start the 2022-2023 draft. But starting out, we have the Cleveland Browns. Now, actually, before we start, this is primarily based on free agents. This is not how much, they're going to improve the team. And all, well, it kind of is, but like, if I put someone at 1 through 8, it's not because they're going to be the best team in the league. It's because they made one of the best free agencies moves of the season. But starting out, we have the Browns. At the moment, I'd say we'll put them 17 for 24 at the moment. They've made a lot of moves. They've signed Deshaun Watson. They traded a lot for him, but at the same time, he is worth it. I don't know if they should have done that before he made his, all his stuff. Should have waited on, a suspension or something, because, he is not going to go to jail. I know that much. But you also did sign Jacoby Brissett to be a backup. You still do have Baker Mayfield, so he can be the backup if you do need him to. While Deshaun Watson, is on suspension or whatever. You didn't really sign anyone. You franchise tagged David Njoku, but at the same time, released Austin Hooper. You haven't yet signed Jadeveon Clowney, but you are in talks with him, so that is good. You haven't really signed anyone. You did also release your center, J.C. Treader. But you did also trade a 6th-round pick for Amari Cooper, so you've played your offseason very weird. Next, we have the Dolphins. They might be the best. I mean, Tyreek Hill, they did trade a lot for him, but at the same time, he is worth it. He's now the highest paid receiver in the NFL, averaging $30 million a year. He also has the most guaranteed money out of wide receivers. You did sign Teron Armstead to a 5-year, $75 million deal. Arguably the best left tackle in the league, but he is getting up there in age. But as Andrew Whitworth showed, left tackles can go on for a long time. You kept Emmanuel Ogbah. I don't think he franchised. I think it was you gave him a 3-year deal. Definitely deserved. One of the most underrated pass rushers in the NFL. You franchise tagged Mike Gesicki, so he gets to stick around for another year. And you even signed Teddy Bridgewater to potentially either take over for Tua or to put pressure on him to improve his play. Next, we have the Jets. I will probably edit this list, but Jets, I'd say 9 for 16 at the moment. You signed, I believe, Laken Tomlinson, a very good signing to help your hopefully future NFL quarterback in Zach Wilson. You re-signed Braxton Berrios, who is kind of underrated. He's really started shining a lot lately, but, yeah. You did lose Jamison Crowder, who did have an extremely disappointing season. But that's okay. Did you sign anyone else besides them? I don't know. Oh, back to the Dolphins also. I forgot. They also signed, I believe they signed Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds. Very great signings for them. The Jets, they retained Tevin Coleman. But the Jets have also been talks and trades with both names. A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf. They were really involved with the A.J. Brown, but the Titans said, we're not trading A.J. Brown. We're actually going to try and focus on getting him a contract extension So that kind of goes out the way. They're still focusing on DK Metcalf, but at the same time, you got to give up a lot for DK. I don't necessarily think you need to. I feel like you maybe, if you're that worried about a receiver, I really like the potential Elijah Moore has. I think you keep him. Corey Davis, if you are to trade for DK Metcalf, I think you need to put Corey Davis in the trade. And, you do have 2 first-round picks. I don't know where. I want to say 4 and 7, maybe. No, 4 and 8, 4 and 7. I don't know. I think you have 2 first-round picks. I could be wrong, but you could just draft a receiver if you are really that worried about a receiver. And, you can kind of build from the trenches. Next, we have the Titans. You got rid of Julio Jones. Bad move. Taylor Lewan, I believe, retired. Bad move. Well, good for him. Great NFL career he had. But that's bad for the Titans. You sign Austin Hooper. That's a good move, but for a 1-year deal, kind of bad. That's really all you made. That's like the only move you made. Rashawn Evans, he signed with the Falcons. That's bad for you guys. I believe you kept Harold Landry. I don't know. But if you did, good for you. But you had a horrible offseason. From a team that was got a first round bye, got the first seed, 1 seed in the AFC, even though you were a one and done playoff team, you should have probably tried to been, trying to run it back. You're one of the best teams. You showed it. And then imagine what would have happened if you would have had a healthy Derrick Henry. You probably could have been a Super Bowl favorite. You probably should have tried to run it back for 1 more year. And then you should have probably just seen where it went. But nah, you seem done. Next, Jaguars. So as you overpay for receivers, I'd say this is a great offseason move for them. You franchise tagged Cam Robinson, which is good. You keep one of the best left tackles in the league. Very underrated, if you ask me. That's a good move. You keep around a lot of guys because, that's kind of what you do. You do lose DJ Chark, which is concerning. He goes ahead and signs a 1 year, I believe, $10 million with the Lions. Great signing for the Lions. I would have probably gone for like a 2 year, probably like 2 year, $24 million for DJ Chark if you would have asked me. But, good move for the Lions regardless. But instead of keeping around who I'd say a way better DJ Chark, you decide to go after, and I say give $18 million a year or something to Christian Kirk. You know what else you decide to do? You decide to pay Zay Jones $10 million a year. Now, I understand why. You're the Jacksonville Jaguars. No one really wants to play for you. Because there's kind of 3 things that go into an NFL team in terms of where players want to play. They either want to play where the most money is. They either want to play for a ring chaser. Or they just want to play for a team they enjoy. Or, stay loyal to the team I drafted them or something. And that's it. And no one really likes the Jaguars, especially considering they might be moving to London. I don't really think any of the NFL players want to move to London. So I don't really think anyone wants to play on the Jaguars at the moment. But you had a great offseason move besides the overpay. Whoops. The Lions, I'm going to put you here. Very quiet offseason for the Lions. You got DJ Chark to pair up with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Very good signing there. But other than that, I don't know really what else you've done. You're rumored to draft Malik Willis at number 2. That's a good quarterback. I like the idea. You take Jared Goff, you play Jared Goff for a year, let him Malik Willis sit, and then, you let Malik Willis go, or you might even let Jared Goff start for the final year of his contract, because I believe he still has 2 years remaining. So, Lions, very quiet offseason, but a very good one, I'd say, just because of the DJ Chark signing. The Vikings, I'm going to put them down here. Not there. I can't think of anyone they've signed. I believe they were trying to get rid of Danielle Hunter, but he ends up staying. They signed Zadarius Smith. I want to say it was like a 3-year 48. Or something along those lines. Zadarius Smith was originally going to go to Baltimore for like a 4-year, $42 million. But yet, he decided to back out of the contract, and he got more money for less years with the Vikings. So, great play by the Vikings to get him. You ultimately have not really signed anyone, but that is okay, because you do have one of the best rosters in the league. You are getting up there in age with Adam Thielen. That is concerning. So, you might want to consider drafting another receiver in the first or the second or something. Because Adam Thielen, he's up there in age. He's not going to be as very dominant. He did not play very well last year. And he got injured, so, that injury could fatigue him. And it could potentially, be the downfall. Next, we have the Buccaneers. Tom Brady returns. Yeah. We all know. Screw him. It takes 2 months for him to get sick of his family. He's like, man, football is my life. He's back. They haven't re-signed Gronk. Gronk's at the moment like, I don't want to play football anymore. But yet, earlier he was talking about how he wanted to play for Joe Burrow. Now that his buddy Brady back, it seems like he's conflicted on what he wants to do. They bring back Chris Godwin on the franchise tag, but they then later on worked out a long-term deal for him. They're working on a deal with Ndamukong Suh. I believe they re-signed Sean Murphy-Bunting. I can't think of anyone they've really signed. They re-signed Leonard Fournette. I can't think of anyone. They signed Logan Ryan. They signed Russell Gage. And I think that's it. Could be wrong. But the Buccaneers, I'd say they're probably 9th. The 49ers. You did lose some key guys. You did lose Laken Tomlinson. But in return, you do get Charvarius Ward, who's a pretty solid cornerback. He did get burnt by Jamar Chase, but that was really it. You still have Jimmy G, who is one of probably 2 quarterbacks still left on the market that I say is starter caliber, with Jimmy G and Baker Mayfield. You can kind of hold on to him the whole time. If you don't think Trey Lance is ready, you can just put Jimmy G in there. Or you could ship him out. Teams might start becoming desperate if a quarterback, gets injured or isn't performing up to par. They might just strike a trade. It might be a mid-season one, but yeah. Actually, why did I put you up here? You're probably up above the brown. You haven't really signed anyone is the problem. How many teams have I done? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn, we are taking forever with this. I've been recording for a while now. We're just gonna speed it up now. Falcons, bad. Lost Matt Ryan, lost Russell Gage. Ravens, bad. Ravens haven't signed anyone, but they still have a good roster, so good enough for them. And they haven't really lost anyone. Bears, middle. Haven't really done anything that I can think of. Besides, it was Allen Robinson, but that was probably for the best. Actually, never mind. You lost Khalil Mack. Bad. Cowboys. I'd say solid. Get rid of Amari Cooper, but you do shed off a lot of cap for that. You do bring back Michael Gallup, which I don't think was a smart. I do think it's a smart move, but I would have probably said if I was a Cowboys owner, I'm keeping Amari Cooper over Michael Gallup. That's just personally me. But in replace of him, you do sign Cedric Wilson, which is not Cedric. Oh, excuse me. The Dolphins signed Cedric Wilson from you, but you do sign James Washington, who does struggle with catching the ball sometimes, but I feel like he's a very underrated receiver. So that's a good signing. Texans, bad. No one's really playing for the Texans at the moment, unless if they get paid. Kind of like the Jaguars. I like the potential in Davis Mills. You didn't really sign anyone. You did get a lot in return for Deshaun Watson. Now you might even get a decent amount for Brandon Cooks, so you can kind of be in a full-on rebuild. But yeah, Colts. They got Carson Wentz. I mean, come on. They got rid of him. They got 2 third-round picks from him. And one of those third-round picks, they turned into Matt Ryan. Are you kidding me? You're telling me you got more for Carson Wentz than you gave up for Matt Ryan? Or is that actually what you're telling me? Yeah, Matt Ryan's old, but Matt Ryan is better than Carson Wentz 9 times out of 10. Great signing and trade. Other than that, I don't really think of anything you've done. I can't think of any guy you've brought back. You got Yannick Ngakoue, actually, in a Rocky Sin trade. I feel like that's a very good trade for both sides. Yeah. Rams. I mean, they kept back a lot of their guys. They do get rid of Robert Woods for a 6th-round pick, but they replaced Robert Woods with Allen Robinson, so that's a very good signing. You get Bobby Wagner. You do lose Von Miller, but you get Bobby Wagner in return. I don't remember what the name is, but you did bring back the backup left tackle you had last year, who's going to more than likely start now that Andrew Whitworth's gone. So you didn't really do anything, but you did keep back most of your players. And if you didn't keep them back, you got rid of superstar players, in my opinion, for other superstar players. And I believe you are still in talks with potentially bringing OBJ back. So, great job. Chargers. Never mind. I feel like J.C. Jackson, great signing. I feel like you probably gave him a bit too long of a deal. He's going to be like 33 once his deal's up or something. And you're giving him a lot of money. Khalil Mack, great trade. You didn't really give up much for him, so that's very good. You still have Derwin and all that. Can't really think of any offensive moves he's made. Besides, keep back Mike Williams, great stuff. So, a very good job from the Chargers. Raiders. I mean, do we even need to talk about the Raiders? Chandler Jones, great signing. They made a lot of offseason moves, and I can't remember a single one of their names now. God damn it. What did the Raiders do? The Raiders did well in the offseason. They got Rocky Sin in the Yannick Ngakoue trade. I think that was bad for the Raiders unless they get a solid pick in return. But yeah, the Raiders are one of the best offseason moves. I don't remember what they did, but they made a lot of good signings. The Washington Commanders, just like your water, poop. Let's let's think. What deals have you made? Oh, yeah, that's right. You traded 2 third-round picks for a struggling Carson Wentz, and you later on see that they get a third-round pick for Matt Ryan. So, essentially, you gave them a free third-round pick for them to get an upgrade at quarterback. Not very good. What else have you done? Who have you signed? That's right. Literally no one. You have not signed a single person. You re-signed J.D. McKissick. Great. Is he going to be the best reason that you're going to actually make the Super Bowl? No. You're not making the Super Bowl with Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke at quarterback. Oops. Enjoy that. Chiefs. Great job. You traded away, arguably, Patrick Mahomes' best receiver. Well, I say he is the best receiver. Wide receiver, that is. You lose the Honey Badger. In replace, you do get Justin Reed, which is pretty good. You lost Javarius Ward, and you already have a struggling defense besides, I'd say, with Jarius Sneed. And Chris Jones. I believe you re-signed Derek Nottie. You lost Deron Reed to the Packers, though. You lost a lot of players. You lost more than you gained. You're still probably going to be a Super Bowl favorite. You're probably still going to be the best team in the AFC West. Probably going to be a top 3 team in the AFC. But I feel like that Patrick Mahomes contract is starting to kind of start to sink in. Even though that doesn't really affect him yet, because I don't think that was, I think that was his last year of his rookie deal. And you still struggle to sign major guys. And you're going to be paying him what? $50 million a year or whatever? Saints. You bring back Jameis Winston. That's already a huge signing for you. Like, that is amazing. You got rid of Blake Bortles. I didn't even know Blake Bortles was on the team. I'm going to be honest. I knew it was Jameis, Taysom Hill, and Trevor Siemian. I don't believe Trevor Siemian's on the team anymore. Taysom Hill converting to tight end. That could be a good move for you guys. You do with Teron Armstead. But at the same time, you did very good. For the amount of cap you had, you managed to keep a lot of guys. You did also lose Marcus Williams. So that's why I'm giving you such a good grade. Giants, I can't think of anything you've done. You've lost Logan Ryan. You lost Jabril Peppers. You lost to Dory Jackson, although he hasn't signed anywhere, I don't believe yet. So you could potentially get him back. What else have you done? Oh yeah, you have not made any move whatsoever for another quarterback. That's what you've done. You're essentially saying, Daniel Jones, you're going to have no pressure this year. Besides the fact that you probably won't be around on a team if you perform horribly. But no one's going to pressure you into taking your jobs. You'll practically have the whole season to yourself. You have one last season as a starting quarterback. Unless you do well. We're not going to pressure you or nothing. Bad move. You also lost Will Hernandez, although that's not a very big move. I do feel like he was a key part of the O-line, which it was bad. Eagles, middle of the pack. Can't think of anything the Eagles have done, really, besides retain Fletcher Cox on a cheap deal. And that's it. And kind of just keep everyone around. I do believe you're losing Steven Nelson. But you are signing Kaiser White, I believe, which is a good signing. So you're middle of the pack. Steelers, I'd say you guys sucked, unfortunately. Your solution for Ben Roethlisberger is Mitchell Trubisky. That's all you've literally done in free agency. That's the only good notable thing I can think you've done. You signed Miles Jack. Good job, actually. You signed Miles Jack. That's a great signing. You've mainly just kept everyone. You do lose Joe Hayden, I believe, which does suck. But you've really kept everyone you can. And that's a great job by you. I mean, do we even have to think about this, guys? Russell Wilson, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You just got him. That's really all you've done. You did lose a lot of your guys, but I mean, come on, it's Russell Wilson. Packers. I think we're going to have to wait. I don't want to... the Packers are down. You know what? We'll just say. You lost your best, probably, player, I'd argue. I mean, it's either Aaron or Devontae. Maybe even Jair, if you want to, potentially throw something in there. For what? A first and a second? The best receiver in the league. Tyreek Hill gets more. That sucks. You literally offered him the same amount of money, and he chose not to play for you guys. That's how much you fucked up by not, giving him the money earlier. You did sign Jerron Reed. You did keep a lot of your guys back, like Robert Tonyan, Shannon Sullivan, Devondre Campbell, just to name a few. But you did also lose guys. You lost Lucas Patrick, Billy Turner, Zadarius Smith, Whitney Merciless, but that was to retirement. He literally just retired like yesterday. So sorry. Panthers haven't really done anything besides keep DJ Moore around, which is good for them. And lose Son Reddick. Okay, Bills. You signed Jamison Crowder. Give Josh Allen another weapon. You give Stephon Diggs a huge extension. He's probably going to be happy now. You signed Von Miller on defense. Great signing. It is a long-term deal, but you do have an out, I believe, after year 2 or 3. So that's good. Great job by the Bills. Cardinals. Man, I'm kind of forced to put you here. You didn't really do anything, but you did a good job keeping a lot of guys. So that's something. Now, Patriots, Bengals, that kind of works out perfectly. Seahawks, if you're going to say the Seahawks had a bad offseason, tell me why. Why did the Seahawks have a bad offseason? They lost Russell Wilson? Who did they get in that trade? They got a lot of firsts. They got some seconds. They got Noah Fant. They got Drew Lock. Drew Lock could potentially be a starting caliber quarterback. You cannot tell me the Seahawks had a bad offseason because of one move. That move is not doing anything bad for them besides putting them in a worse win-now situation. And they're not even a win-now team, even with Russell Wilson. You saw how they were last season. Getting rid of Russell Wilson was the right move. They made a good decision there. Patriots, they didn't really do anything, so I think that was good. They did get rid of J.C. Jackson, but that is also kind of their motto. They'd rather get rid of a guy a year too early than a year too late, and that could be right. He might be I feel like J.C. Jackson could potentially, be a bust in Los Angeles, but that's not here or there. And the Bengals, they didn't really do anything besides keep a lot of their key guys back. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I'll see you next time. And enjoy the final video of the 2021-2022 NFL Power Rankings. Goodbye.